Hello. So let's continue from where we stopped. In this video, I'll be making composite decking, WPC decking. I intend to cover the OSBs with composite decking. That's what I want to get to. I want to create something like this. You can see, yes. Although this parts won't be showing, I'm just going to be focusing on this part, and then I'll lay them. So the thickness is 22 mm. The width is 143 mm. The standard length is 2200 mm, 2900 mm. I'll be working 2900 mm. So let's go to Corel Draw. That's the first place I'm going. So the units here, I'll select millimeters. Then I'll do 143 mm. Then length 2900. Oh, I think I must have. Let me Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Oh, I selected meters. Let's start over. Millimeters, okay. 143 2900. Yes, there you have it. So now I love this wood grain pattern. No, is it this one? Let's check everything. Yeah, I like this one. Copy. I'm bringing this in. I'm going to power clip it inside this, rotate it 90 degrees, then I'm going to stretch it. Now, the details aren't much, but I think if I do this, I should get something better. Yeah, I think I can work with this. Let's take it in a little more. So this will be the material for my composite decking. Now I have to create two of this. The other one will be in grayscale, and then I'm going to increase the contrast. Yes, so let's save this as WPC decking. Now we go here. Now 2900 mm. Let's open my calculator. 2900 mm is 290 centimeters. That's 2.9 meters. So let's convert to centimeters first. That's 290. Now to get the value in inches, because I'm working with feet and inches, then I divide this by 2.54. This is 114 inches. Then I divide by 12. This is 9.5 inches. So that's the value in feet, 9.5 feet. So I come this way. I'm going to draw a box. The length will be 9.5 feet. That's the length. Then to get the width, let's go back to this image. Yeah, this one. The width is 143 mm. That's 14.3 centimeters. So 14.3 centimeters. I'll divide by 2.54 to get the value in inches. 2.54. Then I'll divide by 12 to get the value in feet. This is the value in feet, 0.46. So I'll come to width here, and I'll type 0.46. Yes. So to get the thickness according to this image is 22 mm. So that's almost 1 inch. Almost 1 inch, but let's do it again. Let's do cancel 22 divided by 2.54 to get the value in inches. That's 8.66. No, sorry, I'll start over. 22 mm is 2.2 centimeters. So 2.2 centimeters divided by 2.54. This is the value in inches, 0.8 inches. Then I divide by 12, 0.07. So the thickness here, height, 0.07. So this is my composite decking. Then I'll come here, I'll export this image. I can make them smaller so it won't be too heavy. As long as I got the ratio right, I'm good. So let's export this. WPC decking. Then number 2. Let me check the size. 5 MB. Okay, I think I can work with that. Control E, WPC decking, bump. This is bump. So now let's come here and create a material. Ceramics, WPC decking. Then we come here, physical material, bitmap, WPC decking. Okay, then I apply it here. The roughness should be as high as possible. Yeah, I think 0.8 will work because it's not a reflective material. Then I'll go to the bump. Yeah, base bump, bitmap. Then I'll select the one in gray. Yes. So this is my decking. I'm going to be arranging this on this. Now, this particular, okay, I want to change the color of this because naturally to get the beauty of the WPC decking, sorry, 1 minute, 20, yes. So to get the beauty of the WPC decking, it's advisable that this becomes black. Now what I mean is, if you had laid your OSB, then you would have to paint this, all right? You would have to seal it to protect it from the elements, from the sun and the rain, and then you would have to spray paint it black so that the beauty of this would come out. So now I'm going to change the color into black. Going to select black. I only allowed it to show as OSB just for you to have a fair idea of what it looks like. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are familiar with this look. So let's give it a shiny value of 0.4. Yeah, that's roughness, 0.4. Then I apply this. So now I'm going to lay this on this. I don't selected, F. F. So I'm bringing this down. There it is. I need it to touch this one. Good. So now I am going to lay this from here. But before that, I need to, no, I think at best, okay, let me start from the edges. I'll rotate this 90 degrees. You can see. So this will be the very first. I'll rotate this 90 degrees. Then I prefer to use boolean, but let me put it where it should be first. Yes, let me unhide all to be sure it's where it should be. Oh, it's going in. This is still going in. The wall ends. This is where the wall ends. So it's going in like this. And what's this? I need to be sure that I know what that is. Sorry. Is it at the very edge? Let's go to right. The right view. Okay, I think it's at the very edge. So let's move this a little. Yes, great, awesome. Don't worry, you'll appreciate the beauty when I'm done. This is another one. We'll stop here. And then I'm going to have two. I beg your pardon. Then I'm going to rotate, take them back to 0, rotation. Then I'll place them here. And they would cover, yes. Now to give it a very professional look, I'm going to miter these edges. And how do I do that? I'm going to come to box here. Let's bring this up a little. Yes. I love to use Boolean. A lot of people wouldn't, but I just love to use Boolean. It works for me all the time, so why not? Vertex. So I'm going to do this. And now I am going to take this, Pro Boolean, it's at, and then I have this. Now I have this mitered. So now this one too, I would have to miter it. To miter it, I'll bring it this way. And take it this way. Then, just to be sure, let's zoom in. Yes. And this way. And then I'll convert to editable poly. Then the vertex here, I'll just move it in. Yes, there you have it. So I think I didn't get this part right. So I'm going to move this inwards. Yes. Move this way. Good. Then I'm going to send this in. Yes. So I'm going to adjust the vertex of this one that I booleaned. Yes. I want to get a very nice miter cut. Yes, something like that. So I'll do the same thing here. But before I do that, this is one panel. One panel ends here. So I take another panel, then I move it. Just copy the X value, Control A, Control C, Control A, Control V, enter. Then I select this and bring it down here. So I am laying them based on the manufacturer's dimensions. I'm using the manufacturer's dimensions. So the second one ends here. So now I need a very tiny one to fit into this place, and I have to come up with a new one. You see, I'm not going to try to extend it. I'm trying as much as possible to make it very close to real life situation. So that's another miter. That's another cut. Then I'm going to boolean this one, but let me just work on this first and boolean this. I'm going to boolean this here. So this Pro Boolean, start picking. Yes. Editable poly. I'm going to miter it. Yes. Then I'm going to boolean this one too. The reason why, if you look at one of my old videos, I said if I just bring the vertices down, it will affect the grain, it will affect the pattern, and I don't like that. It does not make it photorealistic anymore. That's why I prefer to use boolean. So I come here, give this a value, say 2, then 10. This comes with practice anyway. So I select this one, compound object, pro boolean, start picking this, then convert to editable poly. Now I'm going to miter this. Now you see. Now I have miters at both ends, and then I'm going to take this, then I move it this way and this way, and there's going to be another. There should be slight gaps in between them for realism. Slight gaps. Yeah. So, okay. Slight gap. So I'm going to take this two and duplicate them. Slight gap. And let's group this. Okay, I want to rotate them by 180 degrees. I don't want the gaps to be at the same spot, so I'm going to rotate this by 180. Yes, now you see. So the gaps are not at the same spot. I prefer it this way, and in real life situations you would have it like this. So I'm going to group both, group all, say WPC, then I'm going to duplicate again. That's one. That's two. Let's see if we can get a third one. That's a 3. So now I have to ungroup the last one, and oh, okay. I'm going to have to fix this. Okay. When I'm done, you're going to see the beauty. When I hit render, you're going to see the beauty. So just give me a moment. Group, ungroup. Select this, group, ungroup. So this is too far. Yeah. That works. Compute the values, drop here. Yes. So I'm going to move this to. Yeah, that's more like it. Then I work on this group, ungroup. Yeah. Let's check here. Okay, so we have to repair this as well. Group, okay. Table poly, vertex. I'm still going to clean up this edge. I just want to be sure that I have this on lockdown. Okay, I've not applied the black color to this, so let me apply that. This one. Yes, let me apply it to. Yes. I'm pretty sure there are so many other ways one could have done this, but this works for me, so why not? You know what? I think I'm just going to copy the values here and drop in everything. I'm going to take this, copy these values in the Y, Control C, then come here, Control A, Control V, drop it. Select this, because if you were laying this, you would have to lay everything and then use a ruler to cut. So don't worry, I'm going to clean up the edge when I'm done. I'll select this vertex, the vertices below, go to the Y, Control A, Control V. Yes, so this, Control A, Control V, enter. Control A, Control V, enter. And the very last one. Control A, Control V, enter. So now I have to work on this one. I'll bring the value down. Yes. Then I'll Control A, Control C. Then I come here. Control A, Control V, enter. So now we are left with this. I bring this in. Assuming if this were a real life situation, now you would cut this. So Control A, Control C. You come here. Control A, Control V. Yes. Then you would come to the very next one, this one. Go to the X value. Control A, Control V. Yes. Then Control A, Control V, enter. So let's see what it looks like on the camera. Let's remove the edge faces. So it's there. Now let's hit render to see if it looks cool. It's going to take a while. It's still rendering the initial pass. So I think it may have to do 3 or 4 passes before we see the beauty. But I'm rendering in 4K, by the way. Allows me to see details better. In other situations, if this were not a tutorial, I prefer to render in 8K. It would take much longer, but I'll get to see the itsy bitsy tiny details. That's why I like it. Okay, now we see it's looking like WPC. I've not been able to ascertain why there is a white here. I'll figure that out later, but it's looking like WPC. I may have to do so many passes to get something um, close to realism, but for the purpose of tutorial, I think I may have to stop here just for you to get the gist. So let's continue the rest. Let's go upwards. I can't seem to see the white here. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with inches like I always do. Let's turn this to inches. Let's make this 9. Oh, sorry. Ctrl Z. I want to do something. 9.5. Yes. I'm going to do this as 9.5. There's a reason. I think this will give me better details. Corona is just going to replace. So what I did was I replaced the material. This material, I developed it into the WPC size, and then I have replaced it. You can see. So the effect field showing Corona, I think now I should not see that whitish thing. Yeah, I think now it looks more like wood. You can see. It looks more like wood now. Yeah. It looks more like WPC now. This is the mitered cut. So let's continue. We're going to take another miter here, duplicate it, and bring it here, rotate it 90 degrees. No, 0. Let's turn 90 to 0. Let's take the locus to the center. Yes. Then I'm bringing this here. Yes. And it's coming this way. Yes. The vertices here are coming in a bit. Then I take this one, duplicate it, holding shift and dragging. 90. Let's do 270. Yes. Bring it here. Then I'm going to duplicate it. Choose mirror. Bring this here. It's going in a bit. Yeah, something there. Like that. Then another one here. Okay. So this two will go in. Control A, Control C, Control A, Control V. Yes. Control A, Control C, Control A, Control V. Control A, Control V. Yes. So this would come like this. Let's mirror it. Choose mirror. Yes. That's the mitered cut. Let's bring it in a little. Yeah. So this will have to come in a little too. These vertices will come in a bit. Yes. To introduce the mitered cut. Alright, so now we just have to lay the big ones inside here. I just have to find one long one. Right, rotate 90 degrees. I'm starting from this edge over here. Okay, now we have to give this OSB the black color. You can see, take this one too, give it the black color. Yes. So now this will be duplicated. Oh, sorry, start over. Hold shift, drag this, move it this way. There should be a tiny gap. Then one more, a small one. The edges, the joints will be staggered. If you know about construction, you would know that in things like this, say arranging floor joists or composite decking, you would want your joints to be staggered. It's just better. So I'm going to move all three inwards. Yes. Then I'll group this three group. Then rotate 90 degrees. I'm duplicating. Then I'm going to rotate 180 degrees on the z-axis. Then I'm going to move this way. Okay. This has to go in a little. This one. Yes. So that's the gap. And we have this. This, I'm going to, let me see. I think the gap is okay. Let me just increase this gap a bit. Let me reduce it. Yeah, it's more like that. So I'm going to group this. Yes, then duplicate. 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 Now you can see that the joints are staggered. There's one joint here, there's one joint here, there's one joint here, there's one joint here, joint here, joint here. You get? And here too, they're staggered. It helps to keep the deck in shape when all the joints are not converging at one spot. I'll ungroup the last one. I have to reduce the sizes of this. I'm going to ungroup this again. Take this, take the vertices, bring them in a little just to show the gap. I'm going to copy the Y values, Control C, then take this, yeah, the last one, I guess, yes. Oh, no, it should have been V. Sorry. I Control C instead of Control V. So let me copy again. Control A, Control C. Control A, Control V. Yes. So let's see what we have. This is beautiful. I love this. This is really, really beautiful. Man, come on. You can see. It just looks like composite decking. I think we have one more spot to go here. So let's change the colors to black. Yes. Duplicate this. Take this. I'm going to mirror it. Choose mirror. Okay. Yep. Then there's meant to be a long one. Yeah, this one. Rotate it 90 degrees. Choose mirror. Yeah. For the mitered cut. Okay, so this is not a perfect mitered cut. So what do? Let's bring it in. Let's move it inwards like this. Yeah. Then like this. Then I'm going to work on this place. Oh, now I understand. I think these ones are not in the dimensions they should be. That must have been an error. The only reason why this would happen is that this, they're not of the size they should be. So they would have to come in. Yes. And I would have to bring this here. Yes. Or it's either that or this one is smaller than it should be. I must have made a mistake somewhere, so but let's just get on with the tutorial. Yes, I think I made a mistake with this one. Yeah, with this. So I'm going to bring this in. I want to keep the sizes uniform, so I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to copy the X values. Come here. Yes. So now I can return this to, or I could just delete this and bring another one and mirror. Choose mirror. Okay. Yeah, I think I should have a better miter now. Yeah, this looks better. So I copied only the X value, so now I can just move the Y values and I have what I want. This comes in a little, yeah, something like that. There's no one size fits all in design. I'm pretty sure there's someone out there who is going to do a much better job, right, than I am doing presently, and will even use maybe faster tools. I wouldn't call myself a guru in 3ds Max. I'm good, but I would not call myself fantastic. Alright, I know basic tools and I use basic tools to get the results that I want, and that works for me. But I'm pretty sure there are people out there who are geniuses when it comes to 3ds Max. Looking forward to meeting them anyway. Yes. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's composite decking for you. So should we hit render? I think I'd like to see the render before I end the tutorial. Yes, so just take a moment. This might take about 5 minutes. going to take a while. It's rendering initial pass. I started rendering with V-Ray, but honestly, I beg your pardon, I think Corona works for me. Corona is my favorite of the two. It's easy. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. That's a personal opinion anyway. I've been introduced to 3ds Max since 2008, 2009. At some point, I had a break, but coming back, I think Corona is just awesome. I'm sure I don't know 5% of what Corona does, but the little I know, I've created amazing works. I mean, what I have on my desktop was created entirely with Corona and 3ds Max. It's beautiful. The sunlight feels real. All right, I just love it. So I think Corona works well for me. So now we're getting the grain, the breaks in between. It's gonna take a while to get something that looks pretty, but I think you get the picture. Let's just wait, see what it will give us. And I think I'm going to change the floor joist to the same color. I'll give them this WPC look. So it's rendering pass 2. Let's see if we can wait till 5 passes just to see what it looks like. But that's composite decking. That's how I would do it. Pretty sure there's a faster or a cleaner or a finer way to do it. But this works for me. With this, if I render say at 8K and the image is a clear, say about 20 or 30 passes, the client can see what I'm trying to communicate. And as long as I can communicate to the client, I think I'm good. So in the previous videos, in case you're just joining us, we worked on these windows. Alright. And just before I end this tutorial, I'm just going to give the same texture, this texture, I'm going to give it to the floor joist below it. So I think I'm going to yeah, I think I'm going to stop here because it's going to take a while. Let's just work on the floor joist. Let's hide this. This is the ceiling. Yes, that's the floor joist. And then we go to M and we apply. Yes, so we apply. We apply. You can see. So now everything has the same color. Should I put the glass now? Okay, let me see if I can. I'm trying to keep it as short as possible, but I think I can put glass. Let me just put glass now. Most building codes will tell you that if you're going to have a balustrade, your balustrade should be 42 inches tall, which is 3.5 feet. So I'm going to be working with that, but I'll make glass. So my height will be 3.5 feet. Let's move it, say, to 10. I'm going to adjust this later. The thickness is going to be about the thickness of glass, which will be 0.01. Yes. So it's a glass balustrade. F. There it is. So I'm going to move it upwards. It's supposed to be resting on this, you get. So editable pulley. I'll move this in a little so it's not supposed to get to the very end. Yes, so duplicate it, rotate it 90 degrees, bring it downwards. Yes. Then it's going to come in multiples because you can't have a long sheet of glass. So we're going to assume that, let's see, what's the value of this? Let's try to give it a length of, say, 5 feet. 5 feet. So each glass pane would be 5 feet long. So I drew a 5-foot box. Because I've converted to editable poly, I can't just change the length. So now I drew a 5-foot box, and I'm just going to move this. I'm just going to move the vertices here, down here. Oops, sorry. Yes, let's bring this upwards. 12. Okay. I'm going to move these vertices because I want to make the glass 5 feet. That's why. So this screen was just to create a 5-foot reference. I'm going to delete it now. So after this, I'm going to duplicate. There will be a small gap between them. You can see. Then I'm going to duplicate again. I think I'm just going to select the right view. I'll get something better with the right view. Yes, with this view. So those are 5-foot panes of glass. There should be a small gap between them. Move the Y. Yes. This is the last one on this line. We still have so much to do, so if I can do the glass and WPC decking in one video, I think that's awesome. So let's move this way. Then I take another 5 foot, rotate 90 degrees, oh sorry, 0, enter, press F for the front view, and move this way. Then go to the top view. It's going to be upwards. Yes. And another one. F. Another 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the final one will be smaller. There's the last one. So F. Then we apply the glass color. This is glass. Apply, 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 apply. Go to the right view. M. Apply, 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 apply. Yeah. There's going to be one more at this corner. I've not added that. There should be one here. Okay, it's here. I think it's there already. Okay. Apply. So we're going to have hair as well. I beg your pardon. Yes. We're going to duplicate this. Then we're going to get 2 5-foot panes. So let's bring one here. rotates 90 degrees. In real life situation, this would be tempered glass, by the way. And the second one. Let's do L. This is one pane of glass. This is another one. You know what? I think they should fall in the middle. If this were the US, yes, you probably would get a very uh, strong 10 glass, tempered glass that would just fit right in from here to here. But I try as much as possible to bear in mind that I'm based in Nigeria and there are just some things we don't have. So now let's put some aluminium trimmings, 3.5 feet. So let's do this. Let's make this 3.6 or 3.7. 3.7, yes. Yep. So it would be at the edge. F. It will come up. It will land right here. Let's give it a color. Corona physical material. Come here. Say chrome polished. Yes. And assign to selection. So this would sorry. It should come here. It would be here, the joining of both. You can see it would be, it's supposed to have what's the word I'm looking for, something on to screw it down, but this is a 3D drawing. In real life situations they would have to screw this thing down, at least from the side, say driving screws at 45 degrees. So it will be everywhere there is a joining. F. I think there's a joining somewhere here. Then to the very end. Yes. To get beautiful 3D images takes a lot of work. You have to be willing to put in the work. It can be exhausting at times, but I think if you have a passion for creating beauty, you'll fit in rightly. You'll fit in nicely. I love 3D modeling. I love art generally, so I guess that's why even though sometimes I get frustrated, all right, I still, I don't know, I just somehow get it right. So 90. Now this is going to serve as the top trim. F view. This is going to be the top trimming, and it's going to be right here. You see. So editable pulley. In an ideal situation, this would be much longer. So I'm just going to rotate this 90. Yes. And make it at least long enough to cover 10 feet. Yes, so now I can take another one. Have a very tiny gap in between them. Tiny gap. Almost unnoticeable. We're going to do one more render so we can see what we have created so far. It's a pretty big balcony. And one more. Yeah. No, let's take this one. Cancel, sorry. Um, I just want to shift and drag. Yes, so I can work on this side. Yep. I apologize, this is taking a long time, but if you were doing this too, it will take this long. So I think it's also good if you get to know how long it takes to create all these things. So many of the beautiful 3D works you see out there, apart from the ones that are AI generated, they take this long. There are works, there are great animations out there that take years to create. So there you have it. That's what we have created. Now we have a glass balustrade. And I think we are good. So you see, now that's a glass balustrade. Now let's render it to see what it looks like. Save it and render it. There you have it. That's your glass. So that's it. That's a glass balustrade. So you come in from this door and you have access to this place. I think it's pretty nice. I think I'm going to change the chrome polished. Let me change that. I think it's too shiny. So let's change this to aluminum brushed. Yeah, it's more like it. F. Let's see, where's the glass? Okay, now this is taller than the glass. I just noticed that now. So I'm going to copy the Z values. Control A, Control C. Oh, okay, now I understand. It's because I made okay, so now I'm going to bring, I sincerely apologize. Let me just, so yeah, you can get a very clean look. Yes. Then let's go to the right view. Control A, Control V. Yes. Control A, Control V, enter. Apparently, when I made that 3.7 instead of 3.5, that's what happened. So now I have to bring this down as well. Table pulley. Click the next one. Yep. So yeah, it's cleaner now. One more here. Yes. So let's go to the left view. This is coming down, and this. Yes. So now let's get a very nice camera angle. render. Yes, there we have it. Composite decking and glass balustrade. It's nice, it's pretty. So we're working with black tinted glass, I beg your pardon, for the windows, the floor to ceiling windows, the casement windows, and even the balustrades. So this is what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial.